Good evening, hockey fans. Welcome to Dubuque, Iowa for tonight's Midwest High School hockey game between your Dubuque Saints and the visiting Ames Cyclones. Just going through the Ames starting lineup right now. And we'll get the Saints here on senior night. Expect the seniors to get the opportunity to come out tonight.
The starting lineup for your Dubuque Saints. At the desk, from Western Dubuque High School, number 2, Cody Cruz.
First senior is number 2, Cody Cruiser, West Dubuque High School.
From Hempstead High School, the great number 8,
Braden Schilling, number 8, also a senior from Dubuque Hempstead.
From Dubuque Senior High School, number 6, Joe the Boss Ross.
Joe Ross, senior from Dubuque Senior.
Also at forward from Dubuque Senior High School, number 12, Blake Sieverding.
Also from Dubuque Senior, number 12, Blake Sieverding.
And at forward from Bellevue High School, your captain, number 28, Benny Meyer.
Pride of Bellevue, Benny Meyer, a senior from Bellevue Community High School.
For your Dubuque Saints from Dubuque Online High School, number 20.
And in the pipes, we'll get our sixth and final senior, number 29, Connor Seehee, from the online school. Take a moment here for the national anthem.
And now we direct your attention to the open end of the arena, where we ask you to remove your hats for our national anthem.
Song has been sung, and we'll get the senior six out there for the opening face-off. JV team was victorious in the earlier game, 9-1 over the Ames Little Cyclones. Colton Stoll picks up the win in that. Xander Sheehy managed to note a natural hat trick with the first 3 goals. So hopefully we'll have the same results here in the varsity contest. Veteran reffing staff of Dave Blondin, Colin Waddick, and Luke Thorman.
Dubuque Saints High School hockey fans, it's senior night tonight. We need you on your feet. We need you making noise for the boys. Let's turn up the volume, Saints fans.
Song sung, puck down, and we're underway. Ames controls it, brings it into the zone. Stolen there. Now it's Cody Cruiser. Flips it up to the middle. Blake Sieverding loses the race. Knocked off the puck. Joe Ross throws it at the side of the net. And it's battled forward behind the net. It's wrapped around to the near side. Schilling picks it up there. Throws it towards the net. We got Wes Carl in net for the Ames Cyclones tonight. Dropped off for Cruiser. Stolen there on the far side. They'll play it off the glass. High into the Dubuque zone. Schilling will pick it up there. Brings it up the far side. Ahead to Ross. Ross bumps it into the zone. Ames fires it back out. Schilling circles. Feeds it up just behind Meserich. It'll go the length of the ice. Not an icing. Ames controls behind their own net. Plays it off to the far corner. They'll pick it up there. Pink has it outside the blue line. Up to Giles. Sent through the middle. Stolen there. Meserich tries to get around his man. Can't quite do it. Sukachov goes back into the corner. Gets it. Cycles back to Beshin. Beshin plays it up to Sweeney. Sweeney has it taken from him. Out in front of the net. Nice shot there. Saved by Sheehy. And there's our first icing. We'll get the traditional top line of Sweeney, Kirkenbush, Meserich. They'll be backed by Sukachov and Beshin. Puck's down. Ames controls. Back to the point. They'll send it to the corner. Beshin will get it there. Plays it behind the net to Suk. Suk wraps it around the near boards to Kirk. Kirk fires it up at the center ice. Ames counters, throws it back into the zone. Beshin's got it there. Goes D to D in front of the net. Now we'll go D to D back to Beshin. Beshin up the middle to Kirk. Stolen there outside the blue line. Ames will dump it back in. Beshin picks it up on the far side. Battles for it there on the far boards. Sweeney's got it now. He'll carry it out of the zone. Backhands it up to Meserich. Meserich gets by one. He's got Kirk with him. Shot off the crossbar. Kick to the corner. Now it's thrown out of the zone. Kretz has got it there. He'll walk it back up towards the blue line. Dumps it in. Puck back behind Carl. Ames will play it around the back of the net. And back again to the other D. Now sent to the far corner. Sammy Ruiz is there. Knocks the man off the puck. Tries to feather it out in front. It's stolen by Ames. They'll break it out. Can't quite get it out of the zone. Now they do. Out to center ice in front of the scorer's table. Runs into Nolan Kretz there. Benny Meyer sends it ahead to Ruiz. Ames will control in the far corner. Long pass up the middle. Knocked loose by Kretz. Sieverding will get it in. Benny Meyer tags up. Sieverding weak shot. Just wide. Played up the near boards now. Now cycled back. Right out in front. Stolen by Ames. They'll backhand it and get it out of the zone on the far side. All the way back. Cody Cruiser back to get it. Plays it across to Schilling. Ross back to Schilling. Ames steals. They're in the zone. Top of the circle. Feathers it to the middle. Player goes down there. No call. Ames from the side. High up in the air. Drop back behind the net. It's on the goal line now. They'll play it out. Face off dot. Cody Cruiser's got it. Off the end of his stick. Through center ice. Poke loose. Carried Weiner. And we'll get an offside even though the puck never went in the zone. Usually a requirement for that, but we'll take what we get. So now we get Weiner, Ross, and Pierce. And they'll be backed by Besh and Suk. Puck's down. Pierce gets it into the zone. Shoots it towards the net. Carl gloves it and holds on for a whistle. Puck's now wrapped around the back of the net. Suk holds it in there, knocks it back down the boards. Now it's Weiner. Walks out, gives it to Beschen. Beschen walks to the top of the circle. Weak backhander. Saved by Carl, and we'll get a whistle. Pearson for the faceoff. That's Rawson for the faceoff. Wins it back. Suk holds it in the zone. Dumps it to the corner for Weiner. Weiner throws it in front. That's a goal. I didn't see exactly how that went in, but it went in. That's all they asked. Puck's down, and we're back underway. Cade Weiner gets credit for that goal. It was just thrown in from the corner and then off the goalie's back. Oh no! Ames comes back and puts one on the board on the other side. So man got left alone in the slot, slid one into Sheehy's 5-hole. And we're back tied at 1. Puck's down. View controls. Kretz over to Ruiz. Bounce over Ruiz's stick. Played out of the zone. Kirk's got it. Sends it up to Messerich. Can't quite get it over to Sweeney. Kirk's got it now. Back to Kretz. He'll go all the way back to the goal line to get it. Spins out of that in the far corner. He'll carry it up now. Played off the boards a little too much for Messerich to get to. And we'll get a whistle. Saints will send out Sammy Ruiz, Blake Sieverding, and Benny Meyer. Puck's down. Sieverding's got it. Carries it out of the zone, out to neutral ice. Ames dumps it back in. He plays it a little harder than he needs to off the boards there. Ruiz sends it over to the near corner. Big hit there by Schilling. Now it's Ruiz behind the net. He'll carry it up the middle. Plays it off the side to Meyer. Meyer reaches back and grabs it. Carries it to the top of the circle. Shot wide. Carl with the save. Sieverding's got it. Gets it down in the corner to Ruiz. Ruiz turns it over there. Ames now walks it up the near side. Schilling steals it. Holds it in. Walks it down the boards. Knocked off the boards hard there. And Ames across the blue line. Shot on net. Saved by Sheehy. He'll eat it. Or whistle. Get Joe Ross. Weiner and Pierce out forward. Suk and Beschen back on D. Suk plays it off the boards, up to Weiner. Weiner gets it to Ross. Ross tries to leave it for Weiner, doesn't see it. Ames has got it now. They'll work it up the near side. Suk's got it. Plays it over to Beschen, back to Suk. Cross ice over to Pierce. Now we're into Weiner, across the blue line. Nice little toe drag into the slot. Loose puck in the slot, couldn't finish. Ames has got it now. They'll go behind the net. Back behind the net to the near corner. Ames now through neutral ice into the attacking zone. They'll play it off there. Walks around the back of the net. Suk laid out. Now Beschen's got it. He'll work it up to Pierce. Pierce fires it off the boards. Out to neutral ice. Ames all the way back to the defensive zone to regroup. They'll play it up. Chip it into the zone. Sheehy with the long pass. Couldn't quite catch Kirk. Now Ames, long pass. Kretz has got it. Gets it up to Sweeney. Sweeney crossed to Beshin. Sweeney's got it. Turns it over to Ames. They'll walk into the corner. Floats it out front. Sweeney knocked off the boards or puck hard. Now it's Kirk. Kirk and Messin. A little 2-on-1. Over to Meserich. Nice save by Carl. And they'll bring it out the other way. Up the middle with some speed. They'll get it around Kretz. Ruiz is there to pick him up. Held in at the blue line. Saved by Sheehy. Knocked to the near boards. Kretz is there to pick it up. Carries it out of the zone. Up through center ice. Played hard into the zone. Trip for no reason whatsoever. Wrapped around the near boards. Kretz is back on his feet. He's got it now. Sends it back in. Another hit for no reason. Keep it up, Hans. You're doing great. Ames now out of the far corner. They'll bring it ahead. Ruiz steps up and they blow by him. Nice poke check back by Sweeney. Big wrap. He didn't quite get to that near post as fast as we'd like to see him get there. Ruiz now just across his own blue line. Sends it up. Out of the reach of Meyer, and we'll get a whistle for ice. One to one with 9 minutes left in the first period. Shots tied at 5. Puck's down. Ruiz controls, gets it ahead to Sieverding. Sieverding knocks it out to center ice. Chases Ames all the way back into their own zone. They'll play it in front of the boards. Sieverding's got it there, gets it deep. Ruiz will go chase it. He's got to be on the net, throws it out in front, loose puck. Covered there. Ruiz battles for it in the corner, wraps around the back of the net. Sent out in front, can't quite connect to it. Now it's wrapped back behind the net. Sent to the near side. Ames has got it in the far corner, knocked down in the front. Can't hold on to it though, and Ames will bring it through center ice. Across the blue line, that's Pink, throws it on net. Sheehy with the glove save, and he'll hold on for a whistle. Puck's down. Played up the near boards. Battled for there. Ross knocks it out to center ice. Ames brings it back in. Tops of the dots. Walks all around, throws it out. High slot. Shot up into the netting. Cade Weiner busts a stick there. And we'll get the big dogs out with Kirkenbush, Meserich, and Sweeney. Puck's down. Loose at the faceoff dot. He can't quite poke check it. Ames has got it in the corner. Battle there by Beshin. Knocked loose back behind the net. Now it's Meserich that tries to carry it out in front. Turns it over there. Shot on net. Saved by Sheehy. Suk plays it off the boards. Gets it up. Bouncing puck. Can't be cleared. And it's wrapped all the way back to the far corner for Beshin. Beshin's got it there. Plays it over to Suk. Suk a little time in the far corner. Cross ice pass to Sweeney. Goes unconnected. Ames has got it. They'll come back in. Shot wide of the net. Kirk sends it up through center ice. Ames has got it there. They'll dump it back in. Ring it around the back of the board. Suk has got it. Big shot there. We're going to get the very minimal roughing. Possibly a checking from behind. That was not the play we were looking for. Checking from behind, referee Blondin says. Someone's getting a nice 12-minute break. So Dubuque will send out its number 1 power play unit, Mesrich, Kirk, Sweeney. And they'll get Benny Meyer and Bryce Besson to play defense for him. Played out to the side. Ames has got it. They'll backhand it up. Wrapped all the way down. He can't quite get to it behind the net. Kirk will pick it up there. Plays it up to Besson. Besson shot on net. Saved by Carl. Wrapped all the way around. Sheehy'll stop it behind the net. Kirk brings it up through center ice. Hits the brakes. Plays off for Sweeney. Besson turns it over at the blue line. Ames has got it. Comes in. Shot. Saved by Sheehy. Besson long pass up to Mesrich. Sweeney picks it up inside the zone. Walks the top of the circles. Lets it out of the zone. Back to center ice. All the way back to the blue line. They'll take it behind the net. Sweeney dumps it in. Carl saves, and we'll get a whistle. We'll get Sieverding, Ruiz, and Weiner out on the faceoff now. Suk and Schilling back on defense. Puck's down, back to Schilling. Schilling at the blue line. Off to Weiner. Weiner sends it through the middle. Big shot by Ruiz there. Can't quite connect. Sent all the way down. Sheehy will get it there. Plays it to Schilling. Schilling walks it up Main Street. Cuts off to the left-hand side. Down to the goal line. He'll walk it behind the net. Drops it off there. Back to Schilling at the point. Down low to Suk. Sent out in front. Hit a skate. Poke loose again. Still a bouncing puck. Cleared back. Schilling can't quite hold it at the blue line. Sammy Ruiz will go back to collect it. 5 seconds left on that power play. Ruiz plays it back to Suk. Suk takes it behind the net. Up the boards to Ruiz. Ruiz takes the space he's given on the far side, sends it to Carl. Carl makes the save and stops it there. Ames now from behind their own net. Wraps it around. They'll go back towards the Zam doors. Hits the brakes there. Sends it out to center ice. Nolan Kretz controls it there. Tries to send it back in. It's stolen. Ames has it momentarily. Now they'll dump it in. Wrapped all the way around. Pink's on the far side. Picks it up there. Walks around one. Shot. Wide of the net. Kicks out to the blue line. Hargrove's got it there. Gets it down low. Now it's Mesrich. He'll walk in front of the benches. Picked his pockets there. Paulson sends it up through the middle. Kretz has got it now. Sends it over to Cruiser. Back to Kretz. Plays it ahead. Bounces over the stick of Kirkenbush. Ames has it deep in their zone. Plays it around the back of the net to the near side. Ames has it now back behind the net again. Up the near side. Hits the brakes. Sends it up through the middle to Nolan Kretz. Kretz dumps it back in. Ames collects below the goal line. They'll play it up the near side. Knocked loose there by Kirkenbush. Ames has got it back. They'll come back 2-on-2. Jones takes it wide. Knocked off the puck there by Cody Cruiser. He'll take it behind the net. Play it all the way up, out of the reach of Callan Mesrich. Not enough for an icing, no. Ames collects it in their own zone. And they'll bring it out, up to neutral ice. Dropped off there at the scorer's table. Stolen by Cade Weiner. He'll take it into the zone. Backhand pass goes around the back of the net. Joe Ross goes in to get it. He can't quite collect it. Now it's brought up the near side. Ames has got it now. Wilson pushes it down to the corner. Battles Sukachov down there. Now it's picked up. Walked around the back of the net by Ames. Knocked off the puck by Ross. Ross will fling it around the boards. Held in by Ames. Sent in. Top of the face-off circles. Cross ice pass. Tip loose by Besson. Now sent through the top. Unconnected. Weiner's got it. Walks around 2. Ames has got it. Sent through the middle. Back into their own defensive zone. They'll kick it back up to neutral ice. Now it's Pierce. Pierce walks around 1. Weiner battles for it behind the net. Loose puck there. Tries to send it out in front. Loose puck. Kicked over the head of Beschen all the way out. Schilling wins the foot race. He'll circle back behind his own net. Play it straight up the middle. Untouched. No icing. Apparently, I think someone could have got it there. Probably right. Ames will send it up the middle. Schilling gets it back. Feathers it into the zone. Ames back behind their own net. They'll play it out. Sebring steals it center ice. Bad turnover there just inside the blue line. They hustle back and knock it off into the corner. Now it's Schilling up the near boards. Cross ice pass over to Ruiz. Ruiz walks it down low. Gets to the goal line. Centers it. Nice shot by Schilling. Cruiser can't quite hold it in. Spins off to the far side. Now he's got a little room. Dumps it in. Ames has got it. Stolen there by Meyer. Meyer shoots it on net. Saved by Wes Carl. Mesrich off the bench. Knocks it down. Gets it by 1. Gets it up to Meyer. Meyer gives it off to Mesrich. Gives it back. Meyer wasn't ready to finish. Ames now with a little speed up through neutral ice. They'll dump it in. Sheehy stops it behind the net. Feeds off to Sweeney. Sweeney long pass up to Mesrich. Knocks it up to the Ames defender. He'll bring it back in across the blue line. Shot. Saved by Sheehy. Kicked out in front to Beschen. Beschen's got it in the corner. 30 seconds left here in the first period. Down to the knee. Ames has got it. Played behind the net. They're trying to send it out in front, but nobody's there. They'll walk it around. Knock loose. Nice save by Sheehy there. Kicked all the way out to the blue line. Popped straight up. Sheehy gloves it. Can of corn. 12 seconds left in this first period. Score is 1-1. Shots favor the Cyclones. 12-11. Puck's down. He's got it. Sends it up the near boards. Out to center ice. Ames dumps it back in. 4 seconds left. That should do it for the period. And it does. So after one period, scores tied 1-1. Shots on goal. Ames 12, Dubuque 11. Take a break, stay on the ice. See you back in 15 to 20 minutes.
Once again, at intermission, we would like to welcome the Bellevue Ice Ball Band. And reminder fans, going was the time. You heard the sound of the master, the same weight. We've got the next big folks for just $5. Into the new Saints High School hockey t-shirts. Get yours. All sizes and free styles. You can patch holes in bubbles with it. Maybe not, but it's a great t-shirt. They put up now $5 at the top of the network. Just like that, one young lady down there.
Sorry about the delay there under the way here for the second period. Sebring dumps it in. Goes back behind the Ames net. Ames will send it out. Cruiser can't quite hold it in. Knocked all the way down low. Down to the corner. Schilling will take it around the back of the net. Brings it up the far side. Ames steals it there. Now back to Schilling out the neutral zone. Sammy Ruiz will pick it up in the defense. Sends it up the middle. Just out of the reach of Ames defender. It'll go all the way down. They'll retreat back to their goal line. Benny Meyer knocks it loose. Back below the goal line now. Ames has it. Walks it out to the far corner. They'll try and break out on the far side. Still in there. Knocked back to Suk. Suk plays it into the zone. Wrapped all the way around to the near corner. Saints hold it in. Sweeney knocks it down the boards. Now it's battled for. Ping-ponged around. Ames carries it back out. They'll feed it through center ice. Shot. Saved by Sheehy. Beshin leaves it out in front. Now Ames got it behind the net. Wrapped around to the point. Fed back down to the corner. Suk's got it there. Plays it out to the neutral ice. Dump back in. Now it's Meserich. Meserich walks it up. Sends it up. Kirk gets back on side. Meserich takes it down to the corner. All the way around the back of the net. Tries to throw it out in front. Hits the net. Sweeney's got it there. Back to Beshin at the blue line. He'll send it deep. Ames steals. Out in front. Sweeney almost walked in and put it in a wide open net. Couldn't quite finish. Ames now sends it back through the middle. Played it along the near side. Sent towards the net. Beshin knocks it down. He's got it there. Sends it up to Sweeney. Sweeney's got a step on everyone. Puck gets away from him. Goes all the way down to the corner. He's corrals it there. Walks out of it now. Out in front. Kirk with a goal. So the Saints stretch their lead to 2-1 on the back of Carter Kirkenbush's goal. Ames has got it down in the attacking zone. Shot wide of the net. Battle for in the near boards. They'll get it up to Ross. Ross plays it ahead. Ames has got it now on their own goal line. They'll take it around the back of the net. Try and play it up the far side. Stolen there by Schilling. He'll get it down to Ross. Ross shot. Saved by Carl. Sent through the front of the net. Ames has got it there. They'll play it up the middle, uncaught. That'll go all the way down for an ice. And we'll get a whistle. We'll get Ruiz, Sieverding, and Meyer out for the faceoff. They'll be backed by Ruiz and Kretz. Puck's down. Sieverding gets it back to Ruiz. Ruiz from the blue line. Shot. Saved by Carl. Do it all again. Puck's down. Saints have it. They try and get it back to Ruiz. Can't quite handle it. Goes all the way back below the goal line. He'll pick it up there. Walks out the near side. Plays it up to Sieverding. Sieverding off to Sammy Ruiz. Cross ice pass behind Benny Meyer. He'll collect it, take it into the zone. Runs it wide down the goal line. Flips it behind the net. Over to Sammy Ruiz. Sends it out in front. Carl with a nice save. Sieverding pokes it loose. Meyer's got a piece of it down the goal line. Sends it out in front. Ruiz can't finish. He's into the boards hard, but I think he kind of fell and slid himself in. Now Ames counters. They'll bring it up through neutral ice. Around Ruiz. Kretz picks him up. Puck bounces up to Benny Meyer. He'll take it in the blue. Dump it in there. Sammy Ruiz in the corner. Ames will play it back out to neutral ice. Pink sends it into Beshin. Beshin kicks it ahead to Sweeney. Sweeney up to Kirk. Kirk back to Sweeney. Top of the circle. Shot blocked. Pink's got it there. He'll try and play it out the far boards. Cross ice pass. Stolen by Beshin there. Kicked out to neutral ice. Sweeney pokes it ahead to Kirk. Kirk's got it down in the corner. Gives it back to Sweeney. Off to Mesrich. Can't quite connect there. Suk on the far side. Down to Kirk. Sent it through the middle. Mesrich wasn't ready for that. Beshin fans on the shot. Now kicked up. One-on-one. Suk and the Ames player. Shot. Saved by Sheehy. Wrapped around to the far side. Kirk's got it there. Gives to Beshin. Beshin, long pass off to Sweeney. Sweeney in front of the bench. Senses it through the center ice to Mesrich. Mesrich chases all the way down in the corner. Gets a piece of it there. Now it's knocked back below the goal line. Sent out in front. Schilling gets it off to Beshin. Beshin gets it back. Now we're back at the Saints blue line. Hard pass up the middle. Kirk drops off from Mesrich. Mesrich leads for Sweeney. Sweeney gives back to Schilling. Too many names. Ames now. Up through the middle with a little speed. Toe drag. Shot wide. Tries the backhand. Sweeney gives it off. Sheehy with a save off to his left. Nice recovery. Weak shot. Tipped in front by Cruiser. Schilling gets it up to Cruiser. Cruiser sends it through. Arm high for Sweeney. Can't pull it in. Mesrich walks a man off sides. Puck's down. Battle for it, center ice. It's taken in. Shot wide. Dumped all the way down below the goal line. Played now D to D behind the goal line. Ames will bring it up. Center ice. To the wide side. Now it's wrapped around the back of the net. Ames has it there. Stolen by Cody Cruiser. Now it's played out of the zone. Ames steals it, takes it back in, knocked back out to center ice, just out of the reach of Pierce. Ames brings it in, dumps it all the way down in. Sheehy stops it behind the net. Plays it around to Pierce. Weiner's got it now at center ice. Taken away from him. Knocked into the zone. Cruiser will go back to get it. Cruiser's got it below the goal line, takes it behind the net. Long pass up to Weiner. Weiner tips it ahead. Sebring gets a piece of it. Comes all the way back to the Ames defensive zone. Now they'll bring it up to center ice. Back to Cruiser. Cruiser's got it there. Just off the end of his stick. He'll play it ahead. Ames knocks it into the zone. Benny Myers got it in the far corner. Rubbed off the puck there. They'll wrap around the near side. Kicked out to the slot. Bouncing pucks covered by West Carl. Puck's down. Ames wraps around the far side. It'll go the length of the ice for an icing. Face off to the right of West Carl. Puck's down. Ames has it. They'll play it around the back of the net. Wrapped all the way around. Ruiz will get it there, send it back in deep. Now it's Benny Meyer in the corner. He'll battle for it. Ames has it there in the far corner. Cuts back. Hard off the boards, out the near side. He's got it. Hard off the boards, up to Ruiz. No icing here. Benny Meyer's going to be the first to get it. Tries to play it out in front. It's stolen there. Sammy Ruiz fires it on net just a bit wide. Now it's Mesrich behind the net. Bumped off the puck there. Mesrich down on the half board. Shot towards the net. Blocked by Ames. They'll send an aerial puck. Hits the ceiling. That'll stay in the zone. Puck down. Sweeney's got it. Drops it off. Kirkenbush wasn't ready for it. All the way back to center ice. Sukuchov plays it over to Beshin. Beshin's got it there. Back over to Suk. Just out of his reach. Kirk will come in and help them both out. Now we'll get an aerial pass all the way up to Sweeney. Sweeney gets a glove on it. Sends it ahead to Beshin. Beshin walks it down the goal line. Nice shot. Rebound goes wide. Mesrich had a nice banger shot there. Couldn't quite get it in. Couldn't finish on the rebound. It's battled on the near boards. Ames will play it up. Sukuchov steps in front of it. Sweeney's got it now. Wraps it down the boards. Mesrich will bang for it behind the net. Now the Ames will play it up the far side. Through center ice with some speed. Shot, saved by Sheehy, kicked wide. Played up the middle. Sweeney's going to win the race on the near side. He's outnumbered 3-1. He'll go for a change. Ames will carry it out of the defensive zone. Up through center ice. Into the attacking zone. Pink's got it now. Beshin knocks it to the corner. Joe Ross will pick it up there. Leaves it off for Cade Weiner. Weiner turns it over there. Ames has got it in their own zone. Sends it the length of the ice. No icing, as Suk was in position to play it. He plays it around the back to Beshin. Beshin turns it over in the corner there. It's kicked out to the Ames blue line. They've got it on the half wall. Walk down to the corner. Now it squirts out to neutral ice. Cade Weiner now through center ice. Takes it into the zone, down to the goal line. Backhanded shot off of Carl, off to the far side. Played up. Braden Schilling will go back and get it. Spins around. He'll take it up the other side. Dumps it in from the scorer's table. All the way down to the near corner. Played around to the far side. Schilling again. Dumps it towards the net. Carl deflects it into the netting. Now it's back. Cruiser's got it at the blue line. Drops it down to Sieverding. Sieverding centering pass goes unconnected. Schilling shot. Blocked in front. Ames will come the other way. Brings it right down the middle. Shot. Blocked by Sheehy straight up. Nice jumping catch and shot on net. And we'll take the icing. Sammy Ruiz in for the faceoff. Wins it over to Cody Cruiser. Plays it back to Braden Schilling. Schilling's got it on the far side. Gives it to Meyer. Meyer wraps it back around the boards to Cruiser. Cruiser now on the near side. Can't quite get it out. They'll reverse and go back in the net. Ames has got it there. High slot. Shot. Deflected in front. Loose puck. Couple nice saves by Sheehy there. Sent across the face of the goal line. Sammy Ruiz on the far side. Ames will dump it in. Back out to the point. Jones gets a shot, blocked by Sieverding. Now it's kicked back to Jones at the blue line. They'll go D to D. Big shot from the blue line, blocked by Meyer. Meyer takes a second, clears the zone. All the way down to the other zone. Ames will wrap it around the back of the net. Sweeney steps off the bench and knocks it down into the corner. He'll chase behind the net. Takes his man off the puck on the far side. Puck sent to the net by Kirk. Measure it, sends it below the goal line. Kirk picks it up there. Drops for Sweeney. Sweeney walks the goal line. Bad angle shot. Carl makes a save. All kinds of punching going on. So after all that, it looks like so still trying to figure out what we're sorting out here. So it looks like the Saints are going to be on the penalty kill. Meserich and Sweeney in the box for the Saints. I didn't catch the Ames player. Shot. Saints clear it out to the blue line. They'll go D to D. Ames just got it there. Shot towards the net. Knocked loose. Suk tries to clear it out. There we go. Sieverding finishes the job. Ames has got it now. They'll bring it up in front of the benches. Carries it wide. Down to the goal line. Bad angle shot. Stopped on the goal line there. He doesn't know he's supposed to cover it. Ames scores 2-2.
Penalties on Dubuque were on number 14, Kellen Messerich, and number 7, Cody Sweeney, 2 minutes for cross-checking. Ames' penalty was on number 48, Wyatt Pink, also 2 minutes for cross-checking. Ames' goal scored by number 51, that's Crash Hance, at 3:42 of the second period. It was a power play goal.
Puck's down. We're back underway. Cody Cruiser's got it here in front of the boards. Big hit there. Ross has got it. Fires it across the face of the net. Aims up the far side now. Pierce has got it there. Tries to play it up the middle. It's intercepted by Ames. They'll play it back in the zone. Cruiser gets it up to Weiner. Stolen there. Ames comes in. Top of the circle. Shot blocked. Ames has got it inside their own zone. Plays it down on the half wall. Now it's around the back of the net. Dubuque plays it off to Schilling. Schilling gets it off to Weiner. Weiner back to Schilling. Schilling works it up to Pierce, center ice. Pierce gets it into the zone. It's knocked loose there. Ames battles for it. Walks it up center ice. They'll take it through the neutral zone. Takes it wide. Knocked off their stick by Schilling. Weiner backhands it over to Deutsch. Deutsch gets it up to Sweeney. And we'll get a whistle. Puck's down. All the way back to the Dubuque defensive zone. Sukachov's got it there. Goes back below the goal line. Plays it up to Sweeney. Sweeney cross-ice pass up to Kirk, just off his stick. Ames carries it into the Dubuque zone. Dubuque continues to pressure. Bastion at center ice. Plays it ahead. Ames steals it there. Stuck in Meserich. He's got it now. Backhands it over to Sweeney. Dubuque's going to go on the power play. So Dubuque now on the power play. We'll send out Meserich, Meyer, Kirkenbush, Sweeney, and Besham. Puck's down. Ames wins it, sends it around the back of the net. Takes a weird bounce, squirts all the way out to the far corner. Besham back to get it there.
Excuse me, that's on number 15, Zach Wilson.
Sent up through center ice. Sheehy will go back to get it. Plays it off to Kirk. Kirk gets it off to Sweeney. Sweeney from the top of the circle rolls off his stick. Ames has got it here. They've got an opportunity. Lost it in front of the bench. Now it's Benny Meyer.
1 minute remaining in the second period.
Meserich over to... Yeah. Puck's down. Long shot from Ames. He makes the stop. Leaves it for Beshin. Beshin's got it now. Takes it around the back of the net. Plays it up the middle to Meyer. Meyer leaves it off for Sweeney. It's knocked back into the Dubuque net zone. Beshin's got it there. Another long pass up to Kirk. That doesn't go connected. Ames will dump it back in. 16 seconds left on this power play. Long pass, Kirk to Beshin. Beshin sends it over to Ruiz. Ruiz drops it for Sweeney. And that'll do it for our second period. Score finishes tied 2-2. Shots on goal in favor of Ames, 23-19. We'll see you back in about 20 minutes for the third and hopefully final period.
Once again, we have the Bellevue High School Band performing an intermission for us. once again to the Bellevue High School band for all of your contributions tonight. Let's hear it for them. Welcome back to the ice, your Dubuque Saints. Hey fans, we'd like to take a few moments to recognize the sponsors who generously contributed to the Dubuque Saints High School hockey team. Our platinum sponsors include Polaris Insurance Group, Evo Logic, Donnie's Cafe, or as I like to call it, Daddy's Cafe. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping in Dubuque, the Saint for Life organization, Tim and Sarah Newton, O'Connor and Thomas Law Firm. Also, silver sponsors, Nothing But Cakes. They have amazing cakes. Mountain Loose Coffee, Key City Metalworks, Schilling Trucking, Kepler Painting. Bronze sponsors include Green Envy Lawn Care, Days in Dubuque, Peacock and Sun Construction. And we'd also like to thank Insignia Cast Designs and West Shilling Photography, along with Union Urban Press. All right, fans, it's senior night. Who's ready for the third period?
Just about underway here for the third period. Puck's down. It's Kirkenbush that brings it into the zone. Cuts across to the slender. Jumps through the skates of Beshin. Meyer leader for Beshin. He'll take it into the zone. Hit hard there. Back out to center ice. Kirk sends it over to Sweeney. Sweeney fans on the shot. Ames has it on the far boards. They'll play it around the back of the net. Ames brings it into the zone, sends it towards the net. Goes to the wide side. Ames now controls. Shot from the slot. Gets knocked away. Now it's knocked back behind the net. Mesrich is there. Going to get delayed call in Dubuque. Kirk's going to go to the bench. 2 minutes for tripping. Puck's down. Ames has got it. Back to their D. Shot from the point. Sheehy's got it in there somewhere.
Putting your Saints on the Evo Logic penalty kill.
Ruiz in for the faceoff for the Saints. Puck's down. Ames wins it. Takes it behind the net. Wraps it around to the near corner. They'll get it out to the blue line. Pink's got it there. Shot towards the net. Shot wide. There it is. Now it's Severton gets it out of the zone. He's knocked off the puck. Ames will bring it back in. Stolen again. Now it's kicked up to Sebring, still at the neutral zone. Ames brings it into the zone, hits the brakes there, circles back to the blue or to the point. Now it's Metrics the other way. Ames takes it back. An interference call there. We get some 4-on-4 hockey for about a minute. Meserich and Sweeney out for the Saints, and they'll be back by Schilling and Besh. Meserich in for the faceoff. Puck's down. Gets past Schilling all the way out to neutral ice. Ames pushes the issue all the way back to Sheehy. He'll play it up the near boards. Gets it ahead to Meserich. Ames picks it up, sends it in for an ice.
2 minutes for interference at 15-14 of the third period.
Sammy Ruiz and Blake Sieverding out for the Saints. Puck's down. Ames has it. Play with it on the goal line. Now they'll walk it up the near side. Wilson takes it up to center ice, drops it off there. Now they'll carry it into the zone, drop it off at the blue line. Shot almost redirected in front. Ames has got it on the far side. Sheehy knocks it behind his own net. Schilling plays it up the near boards. They'll get by one. Sammy Ruiz will run it down. Gets all the way to Carl. He'll scoop it up there, and they'll take the whistle. Meserich in for the faceoff again. Puck's down. Meserich behind the net, sends out in front. Big save by Carl on a Sweeney shot from point blank. Meyer's got it now. He'll walk it over, drops it off for Beshin. Beshin sends it back to Meyer. Meyer in the zone. Sends it down to the far corner. Meserich takes it behind the net, sends it out in front.
Dubuque is in full strength. And now the Hoosier Deck Cafe power play.
Puck's down. Meyer gets it back to Beshin. Beshin over to Kirk. Kirk walks it to the slot. Shot wide of the net. Kirk picks it up on the far side. 9 irons it towards the net. It's knocked down there. Battle for in the near corner. It's Beshin with it. Beshin walks it back to the blue line. Top of the slot. Drops it off for Sweeney. Sweeney's shot is blocked. Straight up in the air. Bounces in the crease. That was off.
Come on, Saints, let's go!
Meserich still in for the faceoff. He's got Meyer and Sweeney with him. Beshin and Kirk back on defense. Ames wins the faceoff. They'll walk it around the back of the net. Taken by Benny Meyer there. Comes off his stick. Now it's back behind the net. Meserich jumps in to get it. Tries to send it out. Meyer can't get there. He's got it now. Plays it back to Beshin. Beshin over to Sweeney. Back to Beshin. All kinds of interesting stuff going on the far side there. So offsetting penalties there. Puck's down. Dubuque has it. Deutsch gets it back to Cruiser. Cruiser over to Schilling. Shot. Hit all kinds of stuff in front. Popped up in the air. Schilling can't hold it in. Deutsch gets a piece of it. Meyer now. Or that's Weiner. Walks down. Shot. Saved by Carl. We'll get a whistle. Puck's down. Battle for in the corner by Pierce and Ross. Pierce has got it now. Gives it off to Beshin. Back to Pierce. That's not Beshin. That's Schilling. Now behind the Ames net. Walks around one there. Plays it through the slot. Cruiser walks it in. Top of the circle. Shot. Saved by Carl. Puck's down. Dubuque has it. Sieverding at center ice. Takes it into the zone. Drops it there for Ruiz. Shot towards the net. Wraps run to the near side. Now it's forced down to the corner, and we get a whistle. Puck's down. Ames plays it up the near board. Stolen there by Kirk. Kirk walks it down to the goal line. Shot through the crease, untouched. Now Ames will take it out to neutral ice. Stolen there by Kirk. Sweeney backhands it up to Deutsch. Dumped all the way down behind the goal line. Sukuchov will carry it there. Plays it ahead to Sweeney. Sweeney crossed to Kirk. Kirk takes it in the zone. Knocks it to the slot. Ames has got it. Coming the other way. Shot saved by Sheehy. Kick to the corner. Now below the goal line. Deutsch tries to get it. Plays off to Beshin. Beshin backhands it around the back to Sukuchov. Can't quite hold on to it. Sweeney kicks it ahead to Deutsch. Deutsch can't quite get to the red line. He'll dump it in for an icing. 11:23 left in the third period. Score still tied at 2 apiece. Saints have called their way back into the lead in shots, now leading 26-25. We'll get Sammy Ruiz, Nico Ruiz, and Sieverding and Meyer out there. Ruiz behind the net, plays it off to Meyer. Meyer up the near side, sends it up the middle. Hits the defenseman's stick, so it'll be no icing. Battle forward down below the goal line. Ruiz at the point. Shot. Blocked in front. Kick to the far corner. Ames has got it there. They'll take it behind the net. Carried it out the near side. Knocked down by Sieverding there. He's got Meyer with him. Shoots it over the net instead. Ames now up through the middle. A little speed. Pink's got it. Shot wide of the net. We just had hockey nets installed. They took out the old soccer net, so I understand why these players are Struggling to shoot. Nico Ruiz shot on net wide. Schilling knocks it back in. Ames fires it back out. That's going to be an ice. I didn't run the clock for any of that.
Reminder, Saints fans, you've heard of the amazing sealing ability of Flex Seal, the incredible cleaning ability of OxyClean, and we can never forget the Mobile Pocket Fisherman. But now we've got something even better, a $5 t-shirt. Right now, every size available. $5.
Puck play out in front. It's a goal! I'm pretty sure Ames knocked out in their own net, but we'll take it. So Joe Ross picks up a 2-minute penalty after that goal, which I'm guessing from everyone's reaction definitely was an own goal. But the Saints will be on the penalty kill now for the next 2 minutes.
Dubuque Saints goal, scored by number 16, Nolan Pierce.
Pierce gets credit for it. Puck squirts loose at the neutral zone. Sammy Ruiz dumps it in. Ames will carry it all the way down.
6, Joe Ross. 2 minutes for unsportsmanlike.
Ames now at the blue line. They'll go D to D. Shot wide of the net. Rafts are all the way around to the far blue line point. Jones can't hold it in there. Comes back to the neutral zone. Wrapped around the back of the net. Off to the front. Fired wide. Kirk tries to send it out. It's knocked back down. Suk will be the first one to get it there. He'll get it out. Jones has got it on the far blue line. Brings it back up. Ames takes it back in the zone. Knocked back out to neutral ice. Now they'll regroup. Try and bring it back in. Walks around a couple. Puck squirts loose to the corner. It's interference all day. Ames with it now behind the net. Puts it out to the blue line. Blocked there. Squirts out of the zone. Ames will go back to regroup. Pink holds it just outside the blue line. Now he'll carry it back in. Some speed. Takes it to the net. Cuts across the front. Backhanded into the corner. Wrapped around the far side. Sammy Ruiz has got it there. That's a high stick. That's a high stick. All the way down, boys. 7 seconds left in that Joe Ross penalty. Saints leading 3-2 with 8:28 left in the third period. Ames with the late change to get their fifth man on. Puck's down. Ames has got it. They'll get it out of the zone, out to neutral ice. Severing's got it there. Plays it off the boards to himself. Now it's Meyer into the zone. Gets it on Wow. Wes Carl. Out in front, Cody Cruiser. Blocked in front. Rebound. Can't finish. Now it's Ruiz off to Sieverding. Sieverding down low. Meyer battles for it in front. Tries to center it. Can't quite get it done. It's into the corner. Kicked out. Poked loose. Now they'll clear it. Ames through the neutral zone. Top of the circle. Fired wide. Wrapped around to the near side. Cruiser backhands it up to Sieverding, who gets it out for an ice. Got some players cheating in from the backside, so we'll do the face-off again. Mesrich in for the face-off. Puck's down. Ames tries to drive it to the net. Now they'll try the wrap. Out in front! Goal.
Try and save. Let's go.
Mesrich in for the face-off. Puck's down. Kirk's got it on the near side. Walks it down to the corner. Loose puck in front. Mesrich took a shot right to the face. Bastion works it back down low. Worked up to the middle. Yeah. Ames has got it. They'll counter. 3-on-2 the other way. Offsides. Mesrich in for the faceoff. Puck's down. Buke has it. Ames tapes it in. Top of the slot. Shot. Knocked to the corner. Mesrich now back behind the net. Set up through the middle. Ames steals at the point. Slot. Saved by Sheehy. He'll cover for the whistle. Puck's down. Saints have it on the far side. It's Cruiser. Gets it off to Ross. Ross clears the zone. Cruiser's got it. Backhanded pass to Ames. Ames drops it back into the zone. All the way down the corner. Ross is there. Wraps it around the back to Schilling. Schilling plays it up to Weiner. Weiner now on the near boards. Up to Schilling. Schilling will carry it in front of the benches. Dumps it in. Takes a weird bounce. Hits the side of the net. Now Ames forces it to the far corner. Big hit by Ross. Sent to the front. Eaten up by Carl. And we'll get a whistle. get Sammy Ruiz, Benny Meyer, and Blake Sieverding out. Face-off goes to Sieverding. He gets it back to the D. Kretz has got it there. High pass glove down by Ames. Played down below the goal line to Benny Meyer. Walks out. Shot in front. Rebound. Kick loose. Out to Ruiz. Out at the blue line. He'll dump it in. Off to the side of the net. Ames has got it in the corner. They'll fire it back out. That comes out. Ames has got it now. Kretz goes for the poke check. Can't quite get there. Now Ames back in their own attacking zone. Off the end of Kretz's stick. Kretz has got it again. Walks it out of the zone. Big long pass. Unconnected. No ice. Long stretch pass knocked down by Kretz. He plays it up to Ruiz. Ruiz over to Meserich. Meserich back to Ruiz. Big hit there. Myers got it in the corner. Sends it through the crease. No one there. Another shot from Sammy Ruiz. Now Ames comes back with a little speed. They're 2-on-3. All the way down to the corner. Fed back to the top of the circles. Blocked by Meserich there. Now we'll work it down. Kicks it back to the blue line. Blocked by Meserich again. Tries to walk around a couple. Sukuchov will play it in the near boards. Pink walks it down the line. Tries to center. It's stolen there. Kicked all the way back. Top of this blue line. Aims with a shot. Kicked out to the side by Sheehy. Fanning attempt. There we go. Now it's Meserich at the red line. Shot. Saved by Carl. Can't hold on for the rebound, though. Puck's still loose. Goaltender lost his helmet.
We have a couple of birthdays we would like to announce. Happy birthday to Gracie Allen. Also, happy birthday, Tyler Henry. And a reminder from Coach King. In the Sing for Life Lounge immediately after the game, there will be a senior night karaoke party. Come on down to Funky Town.
Face off one, back to Cruiser. Cruiser gets it up the middle. Meserich can't redirect it. It's all the way down to the corner, popped up in the air. Ames has got it at center ice. Schilling steals it there. He'll try and walk it back up. All the way back behind the Saints goal, played back around. Cruiser knocks it up to Sweeney. Sweeney spins out of a check. Sends it up the middle of Kirk. Kirk blades it for an icing. .3:30 left in this third period. Puck down. Ames knocks it down to the corner. Schilling will be there to get it. Plays it up to Cruiser. Ames steals, shoots from the top of the circle, goes wide. Comes around to their point. Battle for the near boards. Now it's wrapped around to the far corner. Sweeney back to get it. Slow pass to the middle, knocked loose. Now it's knocked to the corner. Cruiser's got it there, plays it up to Sweeney. Sweeney walks around one. Cross ice pass over to Kirk. Kirk will take it across the blue line. Walks to the top of the slot. Saved by Carl. Rebound comes around the back of the net. Kirk's got it there. Sends it up the middle. Ames steals. They'll go the other way. Backhanded pass through the slot. Nobody there. Sweeney gets it up. Meserich gets it by one man. He'll go for a change with Sweeney. Ames counters. They'll bring it up the far side. Best in there to hold them out. Sukuchov plays it behind the net over to Meyer. Meyer's got it there. He'll bring it in front of the benches. Into the attacking zone. Weak shot towards the net. Wraps around the backside. Sammy Ruiz is there. Plays it down low. Meyer tries to send it out in front. Couldn't connect the pass there. Suk kicks it out to center ice. Sammy Ruiz over there. dumps it towards the net. Bouncing puck in the slot. Sebring still got it. Leaves it off for Ruiz. He'll dump it down low. Puck bounces out in front, and Carl gets a piece of it. Covers it for a whistle.
And we have one more birthday. This is from the Bellevue Marching Band. It is Braden Weaver. Brandon Weaver. Happy birthday, Brandon. He's a percussionist.
Puck's down. Cruiser's got it at the blue line. Gives it down low. Myers' pass is blocked. Cruiser walks out of the corner with it. Now it's stolen. Ames will bring it up the middle. Sam Ruiz has got it there. Gives off to Schilling. Schilling gives to Cruiser. Fired up the middle. Bouncing puck over that of Sebring's stick. Ruiz can't quite get a good handle on it. He'll take it all the way back below the goal line. Walks to the corner. Cycles it there with Schilling. Schilling knocked off the puck hard, but manages to get it out of the zone. Cody Cruiser on the far side. Sends it up to Sebring. Sebring gets a piece of it on the right side of the red line, so no ice. All the way back below the Ames goal line. They'll break it out to the far side. Right to Cody Sweeney. No, that was on the line. Questionable offsides call there, but...
All right, Saints fans, we need you to make some noise. Let's pump it up for the boys on senior night.
1:09 left in the third period. Puck's down. Comes loose. Back to Suk. Suk's got it in the defensive zone. He'll cycle back behind the net. Plays it up to the near side. Now it's Meserich. Walks in front of the benches with it. Takes it wide. Battles forward in the corner. Comes back out to Beshin. Beshin fires it towards the net. Redirected. Well, out in front. Nobody home. 40 seconds left in the period. Ames brings it up through center ice. Just across the blue line. Shot towards the net. Saved by Sheehy. A little fluttery puck there. A little harder to hold on to than he expected. Now they'll work it down low. Dubuque's got it. Plays it off to the far side. 20 seconds left. Suk's got it there. Gives it off to Sweeney. Sweeney dumps it in. Saved by Carl. 10 seconds left now. Far corner. Around the back of the net. Ames up through center ice. 3 seconds left. Shot wide. And that'll do it for the third period. Bonus hockey, everyone. So overtime in the Midwest League is a 5-minute 3-on-3. No winners decided after that. We do a shootout. So we'll take a brief 2-minute break here. Let the teams collect themselves. Coaches strategize. Announcers catch their breath. See you back in 2 minutes. Just about ready here in overtime. The Saints will start out with Kirk, Sweeney, and Schilling. Puck's down, back to Schilling. Schilling kicks it up to Kirk. Kirk gives off to Schilling. Schilling will carry it into the zone. Weak shot towards Carl. Carl makes a save. Ames will counter. They'll bring it up through the middle. Walks it wide. Schilling rubs him off the puck there. Back to Jones at the point. Backhander towards the net. He guides it to the corner. Now it's Sweeney. He'll go back and take his time. Sets up below the goal line. Ames will come press. Seemed a lot like a trip there.
What was that?
We're going to play 2-on-2 hockey now. Carter Kirkenbush and Braden Schilling out. Puck behind the net. Knocked loose. Sweeney will come in for a change with Meserich. Schilling for Suk. Ames walks right down the middle. Sheehy with a nice poke check held him out. Battle for in the corner. It's Meserich now up the sideboard. Stolen back by Ames. They'll wrap it back. Sheehy leaves it there for Suk. Suk walks it out the far side. Plays it up to Sieverding. Sieverding has it stolen from behind. Battled on the far board, or near boards there. Puck's lost in the slot. Now they walk it off. Ames is somehow 3-0 in front of the net. Saved by Sheehy. Meserich going the other way. It's a foot race. Ames guy runs him down. Nice job. So a little disagreement on whether that was a penalty with the fans. It's called a cross-check on the ice by referee Blondin. They will be available to sign autographs for anyone wishing to pick up the ref's autograph after the game. Timeout on the ice. Ames called their timeout. So they'll strategize here. They've got 2 minutes of 4-on-3. So the way this will work is Ames will get an extra attacker. They'll be 4-on-3 until the penalty's over. Meserich will come out of the box. We'll play 4-on-4 for a whistle, and then it'll go back to 3-on-3. So 3 minutes left in the overtime period. Saints are on a 2-minute penalty kill. Someone's going to need to take this face-off. Benny Meyer steps in. Saints will clear it to length. Ames will go all the way back to get it.
2 minutes for cross-checking. 2:47 of overtime.
Ames has got it in the defensive zone. They'll bring it out to center ice across the blue line. Shot, saved by Sheehy. He'll hold on for a whistle. 1:41 left in that power play. Puck's down. Ames has got it. Back to the point. Fired it down low. Tipped in front by Suk. They'll control behind the net. Big shot, blocked in front by Benny Meyer. Rebound. Loose puck in front. Covered by Sheehy. Puck's down. Ames has got it. Back out to the blue line. Shot towards the front. Loose puck. Nice save by Sheehy. Cleared up the near side. Ames has got it there. Sent down to the faceoff dot. Shot. Saved by Sheehy, and he'll hold on. Puck down. Kirk gets it back to Ruiz. Ruiz fires it out the board to Ames. Ames has got it there. Worked along the far boards. They'll dump it down to the corner. Now back behind the net. Little room to operate there. Takes it back along to the blue line. Up to the high slot. Shot. Loose puck. And that'll do it. Final score, Ames 4, Dubuque 3. See you back tomorrow.